This is my daily driver. Wrong color. Not enough doors. Yeah, no. This is my daily driver. What? Almost 600,000. It's like nothing. Today is pretty cold. It's like minus 22 Celsius outside. And that is like the minimum temperature that this will cold start, because I don't have an engine heater at the moment, because the ECU is aftermarket and I have tuned it myself, so it's not perfect at these temperatures. It's been my daily driver like 10 years. I bought and built it like 11 years ago, but there was one year between that I didn't drive it because I changed the original engine block back to the car. I don't drive it that much. It's like in 10 years and I haven't driven it like even 100,000 kilometers. So I don't drive that much. I would say that the cars haven't improved since the 90s. This has everything I need if you have all the accessories like AC. I changed the fan unit from the AC model, so I'm going to install the AC, but I just need to assemble the parts in the engine bay. It's been a good car, winter and summer. It's warm in winter and hot in summer. Of course, it has its own faults, but I have learned how to live with them. The 1 year I didn't drive this because of the engine swap. I drove a newer Volvo, but it didn't have the same feeling like this. This one, it's like it's fun to drive, and I like to drive it. But let's continue in the garage when it's warmer. I bought the car originally 2012, so in the springtime it's going to be like 12 years ago. I knew the family who had the car, and the car was on jack stands like 5 years before I bought it, because it suddenly just died at the local superstore. And I remember that I tried to figure out what was wrong with it like one night. I always had a plan that I'm gonna engine swap. I had a 940 turbo at the time. I was patient like one night, and then I did the engine swap with the engine harness and all of that. So of course it started working after that. At the same time I did all the suspension and brake parts. I bought new parts, and all the steel parts was like sandblasted and painted. It's still the same parts mostly. I think I have changed like few pushes, but it seems like in the near future it would be good idea to change everything again. I think my love for the car, for the old Volvos, especially the 200 series, it comes from my childhood. Me and my cousin, we bought our first car like with our own money. It was 244, if I remember correct. It was like a 79 years model, and we drove it in the fields and ice roads and stuff. So good old times. And my father has one, just a bit older. I don't know how many foreigners knows this Finnish guy Bamse. He built this blue 240 Volvo like over 10 years ago. So he started making YouTube videos about his build. So that was like the last spark for me to get one for myself again. And here we are. It's a little bit mixture of like daily driver and a project car, but I would say it's more like a daily. I've tried to keep it on the road as much as I can, and at the side I have done some modification and stuff whenever I like felt it, but I haven't like paid too much attention about the looks. Like it's original paint, so it's pretty good looking, but it has some like dents and rust spots and stuff like that, but I haven't minded because it's a daily driver, and if I get a new scratch or something, it's not that big of a deal. The interior is original except the front seats. They are from the same 900 Volvo that the engine came out, and then of course I have put some Volvo interior lighting just because because it's cool, just because Volvo. Of course I changed the steering wheel because I think my uncle bought it when he was driving old Saab 90s or 80s, so it's old Louis's wheel. And of course I have put some cages. At the moment there's this blue light in the dashboard, but I'm planning to change the cages modern looking meter, so I still need to find working rev meter for. I made the rear window cover myself. It's made from plywood and it's inside the car because we have a lot of snow, so it's difficult to clean the snow and ice if the cover is outside like the original. So I made one myself and put it inside. There is something about the car, and I just really like to drive it and keep it around. Like you can guess, because I have had it so many years, and it works really well as a daily driver because it just keeps going, and if there's some problems, they are usually like very easy and cheap to repair. Yeah, so it was originally B230F, and I replaced it with the B230FT. Basically the same engine but with turbo and different compression ratio. But now at the moment it's like a mixture of those two, because I had a coolant hose blown away some years ago, and it was rainy day, so I didn't recognize it, and I drove like 10 kilometers without engine coolant in it. And after I replaced the hose and put some new coolant, the lambda showed that the engine was going like very lean after start. So I thought that the head gasket was broken or something. But when I took the head off, I saw that there was nothing wrong with the engine. The head was okay and the gasket was okay. And it turned out that the lambda itself was broken. But I already knew back then that I'm gonna build a new engine for this car. So I took the engine block from the turbo and put it aside to wait for the build. It's still waiting. And I put the naturally aspirated engine block to this car back. I took the block from the barn and give it some sandpaper because it was rusted. Bore was like rusted, so I give it a little sandpaper and just bolt this turbo head back in. So it has a little bit higher compression ratio at the moment. And the cam is VX3. I changed it like almost 10 years ago, and you really can tell the difference between the original, I think it was T cam, because the T was like high torque and stopped revving like after certain RPM it was acceleration stuff, it just stopped. But the VX3 it's like pulling nicely the whole way. The turbo is stock, I think it's a Garrett, and I've been like wondering that it's still working that well, because I think it has like 400,000 kilometers in it, and the original 940 Volvo came from Germany, so sometimes they like change they roll the meter down to get higher prices, so who knows how much this turbo really has, but it's still working, so I don't mind. The car started behaving weirdly like few years ago. It was like turning off in the intersections, or just sometimes didn't like to start up after it was warm. And I searched and tried to figure it out. But my best guess is that there was some weird shit going on with the ECU or the wiring harness, because it was sometimes it worked and sometimes don't. So I just took the original ECU off and replaced it with aftermarket one. So now it has like a waste spark system and 440 injectors. But other than that, it's pretty same stuff. Of course, it doesn't have the MUF sensor anymore, because it has the manifold pressure and temperature that it's using now, so a little bit different. I have installed some accessories, like this one is for the cruise control, and I also started installing the AC system, the fan and the motor. All the interior parts are changed for the AC system already, and I have some video footage about that. I just need to edit and upload it. There is the place for the windscreen washing fluid. I remember when everything else was done and I had already booked the time for the inspection for the first time after build, and this was the only thing that was missing. So my dad just found this from the garage and put it in here, and there it is still. The motor sucks the fluid from here, so it's working system. So this is not the best system, but it works. I think I have been telling myself that this engine has so many kilometers and years in it, so it doesn't matter like how I drive it or like that. Like for example, I don't have the engine block heater in it, so I do all the cold starts every day. It has many cold starts, so usually it's bad for the engine, but I don't have to mind it that much with this engine. I have the Webasto waiting to be installed, but let's see. The battery is held with this because the intake pipe took so much space, so I had to move the battery a little bit there. So there's no original bracket for the battery, so it's held with this. So it's pretty basic engine bay, nothing too fancy, dirt and stuff, but daily driver. Yeah, so this was a short briefing video about my daily driver / project car. I've been doing videos. I have been shooting videos about this, but I have never published anything, because somehow the first video about this car, I wanted to have I wanted it to be like this kind of brief showing video about the car. If you like Volvo content, hit thumbs up and leave comment below, because I'm pretty sure that with this car the video subjects they come automatically, because there's always some kind of things to do with it or repair it or something, so it's like easy to put the camera on and make video if you want to see it. But thanks for watching and see you in the next one. Bye.